everybody, my name is Maisy. Welcome to my channel. I am so excited to do this reading for you today because it is eclipse season and it is going to be huge. This is not only the second eclipse season of 2023, but it also marks the beginning cycle of the Aries Libra axis, that 18th month journey that the nodes go on, that we follow in our eclipse season every single year or every year and a half. And it is also marking the end of the Scorpio-Taurus eclipse season axis. So we have both the very last Taurus-Scorpio axis eclipse and the very, not the beginning, it's more like the second, but the start of that Aries-Libra axis. So while we are closing one chapter, we are also beginning another one. It's very exciting. It's bound to bring a lot of heavy stuff. So with that said, I am so excited to do the reading for you. We have 3 cards in front of me. A crystal on each card, and kind of sit with the crystals, figure out which one is calling your name today based on, the eclipses, upcoming eclipses. And once you pick one, there's timestamps below, and I will meet you at your reading. Hello, group 1. Welcome to your reading. This is for everyone who chose this crystal here. We have a really cool reading up ahead for you. We're going to be talking about the eclipse season, which is upcoming in October. This card is supposed to be a signifier card for that season, and then these two will depict both the Libra solar eclipse and the Taurus lunar eclipse that's coming up. So we will go into both eclipses kind of separately, and then do maybe like a little poll at the end about like overall life lessons and such. So let's just start out with the overall signifier card here. We, as usual, will start with these and then we'll go into the tarot cards, but we have the Lovers reversed, so very interesting. Already getting kind of a potent general read for the eclipse season ahead. So this is, to me, this is more like October. Like, what is October going to be like? The Lovers reversed is obviously a card that we don't necessarily love to see, but it is a card that says or indicates discomfort in partnerships. So for you and your partner maybe, or even between siblings, this can be a sibling card too, if you're not with someone, or if that's not resonating for you. The Lovers reversed can mean like tension or fighting, like the kind of joys of being together are wearing off. Maybe the honeymoon phase is coming to a close, or maybe you're just going through kind of a rough patch. But October seems to be a little rough for you in the relationship department or in the sibling department, maybe even best friend department. And let's see kind of how that transpires. So we've got that kind of energy card. This card is going to represent the Libra solar eclipse, and this is the lunar eclipse. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate them. This can go, we'll do a reading on this one, and then we'll do a reading on this one. So the the solar eclipse is happening on the 14th. So right in the middle of October. Libra is, obviously the sign of partnership, but this is the beginning of an entirely new eclipse cycle. The first one started back in March. It's 6-ish months ago. So we've got a year left of this cycle. This is the second eclipse of that. We have the Sun reversed. So the Sun is a card of like happiness, joy, and faith in the world and the future. So when it's reversed, it can mean like we're going through sort of this depressive phase. And that's kind of not surprising, since a lot of like heaviness comes with eclipses, and this is kind of the beginning of that journey. So we're not really supposed to have a huge revelation yet, but to me, this just says that like something about your life you're realizing now, maybe that used to fulfill you before, is not fulfilling you anymore. Libra loves beauty, loves like the look of things, but Libra has a little bit of a superficial taste to it. So it could be that something that like you were drawn to in someone is just not like working anymore. For some, it's like the sheen of it all is faded. So as we're thinking about that, let's pull some cards here about the solar eclipse and see what we come up with. what's going to happen. Actually, I don't know. I'm trying to decide which ones I want to start with. Do I want to start with these? Maybe we'll start with the tarot cards, then we'll go into the other oracle cards. Okay, so tarot cards here. What's going on, and what does this mean for you? That's kind of what we're asking today. Libra for group 1. Group 1, Libra solar eclipse. What's going on and what's going on? Okay. My card fell down, sorry. Okay, so this one, and then we have this one, and this one, and this one. Okay. All right, so we have the Page of Wands. Wait, sorry, that was wrong. We had the Moon upright. Then we have the Page of Wands reversed. The Five of Cups. The Knight of Cups reversed. And the Nine of Cups reversed. All right, so to me, this is like really reflecting what we just talked about above. The Moon is sort of this like ethereal place where we go to escape the world. We like think about art and our imagination, and we just don't really have any ties to reality. So it could be that this really was a honeymoon phase, and your reality on this person isn't matching up to the blatant reality that you're seeing right now. The fact that this is a new moon eclipse does bring a sort of lightness at hand. So it's not like this is the end for us, maybe. It's more like a new start, recognizing in this person what they can't give back. And it's okay. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you've put this person up on a pedestal for so long that now you're forcing yourself to come out of this like unreality headspace. The Page of Wands in a reverse position is really just a suggestion that a mindset shift is needed. This could be you. I mean, to me, this feels like you. The Page of Wands is really like that soul who is ready to take charge, ready to have a passion, ready to dive in, but can be too eager about it and like not come up with a solid plan before going right in. And I would say that this is like one of those times where you're not realizing that you didn't have a plan here. that if this didn't work out, or maybe not if this didn't work out, but the plan around this person wasn't exactly like chartered out for you. You were just like, yeah, they're cool, I'm cool, we're good. Like there's no next steps for us. The Five of Cups suggests that like kind of coming to a bitter end, like this sort of grief-stricken area where, you know, there's just like an emptiness, a loss that you can't fill back up. The Knight of Cups reversed is suggestive of someone who's like not giving their full heart or effort, not being mature about this connection. Especially if we're doing Page of Wands to Knight of Cups, to me this suggests like a bond of some sort. This definitely could feel like it could be a relationship. It feels very romantic and young. So the Page of Wands and the Knight of Cups together are both kind of like these naive figures. So you could be like physically young, like, you know, this is your first love, or you're in your 20s or something like that. Or you could be more like emotionally young, like this was a big love for you and you haven't really experienced anything like it before. So the Page of Wands is someone who like has big dreams, and the Knight of Cups has big emotions but doesn't necessarily share them, and this one doesn't necessarily know how to like formulate them. So if you get these two lost souls together and you're realizing that it's not, this person isn't breaking this person's walls and this person isn't aligning with this person's goals. That's kind of what's going on. So it shows like this like difference in maturity level, but also difference in a passion or mindset. And the Knight of Cups reverse is just a card that says things aren't just, they just aren't coming together like as we once thought. That the world that we thought was so perfect is just not perfect, or not as perfect as we considered. So having them all together, it just really feels like this relationship isn't what it seemed before, and that's kind of a bummer for you. You're feeling a little bit lost to it. I would really like to pull some of these like astrology cards to see exactly where things are hitting in your chart, or like what planets are hitting, because that could give us an indication of like whether this is geared toward the people who have a sibling that they're dealing with, or a friend, versus a partnership. So let's do this here. So pull a couple astrology cards. Like, where is the solar eclipse hitting in your chart? And like, what's being affected? Oh my God, how crazy, you guys. We just got solar eclipse. That's wild. Okay, so solar eclipse, and we have the 12th house and Eros. 12th house and Eros, and they're both reversed, but I'm going to read them upright here. To me, it feels like since we got 12th house, it almost feels like this is a past connection, like an ex maybe from when you were young. Maybe you're finally gaining clarity on what that first love was, or what that relationship was, and how you can use those tools or those things that you learned in that relationship in your current relationship now. So this, if you're in a relationship and this is not resonating whatsoever, this might be about someone in the past. So, but since that 12th house is really like the karmic past, the past lives, the things unseen in ourselves that we're still working on and figuring out. So this could be like more of a karmic bond, like, I hate the word twin flames, but like, you know, something like that, where it just is really kind of a potent thing that you have yet to work out. And that new moon solar eclipse is really going to bring out healing from that past. Like, why didn't it work? I don't understand what it was, and now I'm finally getting it. And you're seeing like not just the why, but like what you need in relationships to feel like this, less of this void. And it could even be that this relationship that you're in right now, if you're in one, is like reflecting this situation from the past. Like, maybe you're feeling that void again in a similar way, and you're like, I don't like this feeling, I don't understand. You can use how that relationship went down in the past as a kind of way to work through it. I don't want to like pull cards on these ones, because it seems like I'm going to pull these ones here. These are a little like, they're kind of like more ethereal cards that give you sort of advice. They've got little ghosts on them. They're pretty cute. Perfect for October. And they stem from kind of mythical creatures. So let's see, what was this connection? I just want to know like what it provided for you. Like, what was the point, basically? Okay, I'm going to pull one more card. What was the point? Oh. Okay. So we got patience and rest. So patience and rest, I mean, this could be because these two figures are like really high energy and like go, go, go. It could be that you like jumped right into this relationship without thinking about it, about the plan, without thinking about your feelings and how deep you're getting, you know. So patience and rest might just mean that like maybe that high intensity love like isn't healthy. Like, it's not what you want. And maybe you're realizing that right now. And that in order to find that kind of long-term connection, that patience and the love and the rest really should come first. I'm going to pull sort of an advice card, and then we'll do the astrology die, and I think that will be your reading. What else do you need to know for October? Oh, wait, that's not going to be your reading. Sorry. I meant there's That's your reading for this eclipse. What else do we need to know for October and the solar eclipse? Okay, so I think that this was good enough. We've got clarity of mind here, and I think that makes total sense. It's really just bringing in the sense of clarity. I know that full moons do that, but to me, like this new moon eclipse, because eclipses are so dramatic and they will show you a new path in a different way, to me it just feels like this new idea of love is going to give you clarity. New idea of healthy partnership. New idea of what balance means in a relationship. It's going to give you clarity. So I'm going to like put this, I love that we've got solar eclipse. Put this clarity of mind over here. I'm going to put these ones back. Clarity of mind on top. I'm going to do this. Okay, now we're going to talk about the lunar eclipse. Okay, so here we go. Lunar eclipse. What card do we have? We have the Three of Swords in reverse. So the Three of Swords in reverse is like a healing card. I kind of love this because it is talking about sort of boundaries. Taurus is our body and our material worth, you know, and that lunar eclipse is really putting an end to something, especially since this is the last one of the cycle of the Taurus Scorpio cycle. So whatever we're closing out in this last bit is kind of like the major statement of the book. So Three of Swords reversed does sort of feel like you're closing something out, pushing someone out, finally healing in that way. So let's see what else we got. And because we have that Lovers card, this could mean like you have a realization here, you push someone out here. So let's get some more information on that, like what's going on for the Taurus lunar eclipse. This could also mean reconciliation, especially with the past person. Lunar eclipse, what's going on? Oh my gosh, hey, look at that. I think we're just going to keep these three because this one was so spot on. I'm just going to keep those ones out there. Let's do this. One more, or a couple more. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have this and this. That. All right. So we have the King of Swords, the Three of Swords reversed, which is this card right here. And I think that them coming up together is important, so we're going to keep them there. The Queen of Swords, which is interesting. This is really giving us that karmic bond here. Two of Swords reversed. Oh, that's interesting. The Empress, the Chariot reversed, the Sun, and the King of Cups. So I feel like I'm just gonna try to put up a little sun block here. Well, that's the best I can do for now. Okay, I feel like whatever this like past relationship was definitely big. We've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. I'm trying to decipher if this is like, if you're in a current relationship, if this is the current relationship or if this is the past relationship. But to me, it feels like it's likely the current. It's likely the current relationship working through. Okay. If you're in a relationship, this was probably the current relationship healing from whatever stuff that this is bringing up from the solar eclipse. So this is where you put it aside, you put it like away. This is the end, that kind of thing. And you create healing with this this partner of yours. If you're not in a relationship, then this is about letting go of that old person. If you're not in a relationship, this would suggest that that old person really was like a true soulmate for you. And you guys are king and queen, you're lovers. The Three of Swords is super hurtful and hard to let go of. So I really feel like this was a potent, powerful relationship, regardless of whether you have someone now or not. The thing is, like, if you're with someone now, this suggests like you're going to get through this, that this is kind of the end of that chapter. The Two of Swords reverse means like we're not blocking one another anymore. We are moving forward. The Empress is a card of like self-worth. So Taurus being that like body-centric card, and a Venusian card comes up, which is Taurus's ruling planet. Just makes me feel like you're taking your power again. You're saying, yeah, this is me, and this is what I want, and I understand now why it didn't work. I understand now that it wasn't my fault, and that following my heart wasn't always the best idea. Like, following heart implicitly wasn't always the best idea. I have to like go off of the actions of that person. And now we have the sun. I love that we had the sun reversed here for the solar eclipse and the sun upright here, which means that like I think that your optimism or your like your mentality around relationships and love curbs as the month goes on. So the sun is upright here, and the King of Cups is upright when we had the Knight of Cups over here. To me, this feels like you're looking at this person, whoever this person is, from the past. You're looking at them with a different mindset right now. You're saying, okay, maybe you even reach out to this person and you realize that they've grown up and that that they've grown up, but probably the same. I mean, the Knight of Cups is the King of Cups. You know, the Knight of Cups was a younger version, but the King of Cups is that grown up version of the same person. And maybe you're realizing, wow, like that person hasn't changed at all, and I still don't want them. You know, so I just feel like there's this huge moment of clarity where you are finally able to let go of this like karmic bond. You heal yourself, and you also heal any relationship that you're in right now. So I'm gonna pull these like, again, these mythical cards about like what is this relationship, like what's the point, or maybe not what's the relationship, because we did that before, but like what's the point of this ending, you know, like what does this closure mean for you, like why is it important to your growth? Oh, there are like multiple, hold on. We have mystery, that's nice, and fulfillment. So I think it's just more like to end the mystery of it all, like to shatter that illusion of the past, and then fulfill your heart, you know, just fulfill that emptiness, that void that you've been living with. I think to close out this reading, I want to do like, I don't know, maybe we should do the astrology cards again first. We'll do a quick astrology pull first. See where this is hitting and like what's being most affected. Whoops. Okay, Mercury. We're going to keep that one out. And I love that it's reversed, because it could mean that someone from the past is contacting you or you're contacting them. And Virgo. So really getting to like the healing. Virgo is about healing and practicality, and Mercury is Virgo's ruled by Mercury. Oh, here we go. Look, Scorpio too. Sorry, I didn't even realize that there's another one underneath. So we've got both Virgo and Scorpio here. Scorpio is like holding on, you know, like holding on to that either grudge or the anger or the love and like the idea of things. King of Cups is also Scorpio. So this person, Scorpio, could be related to that past person. Let's see if we had any other Mercury or Virgo cards Mercury, Virgo cards? No. No Mercury or Virgo cards, but the Virgo person could be the person you're with now or that person in the past too. The idea here is that it looks like you're reaching out to someone in the past, or that someone from the past is reaching out to you, either one. And you're finally going to close that, like, that gap, you know, fulfill that void, the healing void. I want to do one last pull, like this sort of self-help cards, and then we'll be done with our reading here. So, like, what do you need to do for the month of October? Like, what do you need to think about? So we got breathe. And it just says that breath is the link between the conscious and unconscious mind, connecting us to the divine. It's a powerful tool to create homeostasis in the body. And today I will take 3 minutes to sit with my breath and consciously inhale and exhale. So part of this moment is about, you know, rest and reflection. That's what that card said over here. Patience and rest. So really take time to, like, sit with this energy. It's a lot, you know. Sit with the energy, identify what who this person is and, like, what it's trying to tell you, and see what you find. I mean, this seems pretty big for you, so I'm excited, and I hope it resonates. That's all I have for you, group 3, or sorry, you're group 1. That's all I have for you, group 1. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope to read for you next time. Hey, group 2, welcome to your reading. This is your crystal. I can't even remember what it's called. Dendrite? I think it's dendrite. Anyway, if you know it, comment below. Tell me. Here it is. So we're going to talk about both the eclipses. This is kind of like a big reading. We've got the overall October card here, giving you just kind of an overall glimpse of the eclipse season. And then we have the Libra solar eclipse here and the Taurus lunar eclipse here. So we're going to put this aside. We're going to put this over here. We're going to do this one first. But before that, we're going to talk about this card. And I don't know if you just saw a glimpse of it. Maybe you did. But here we go. Okay, so the sort of identity card or signifier card for October and eclipse season for you is the Devil. So the Devil is about toxic connections, and it doesn't just mean with people, but toxic connections with people, with with people, or with substances, or with just, like, habits that are not good for us. Anything that we are indulging in that is hurting us in the long term. So when I say habits, I mean, it could be like your diet. That's like a devil behavior. So all I'm saying is that don't immediately think that has to do with, like, a toxic partner or something. So we'll find out what it has to do with I don't even know what these cards are. So we'll flip them over and then we'll figure it out. So the Libra solar eclipse here, what's coming up? Remember that the Libra solar eclipse is it's a new moon, so it brings in new beginnings, and eclipses are all about fate and pushing our timelines a little bit faster. So really it's just like pushing a new chapter that has been waiting to bloom and blossom. So it's a little bit more light than a full moon lunar eclipse. So keep that in mind. What's coming in? We've got the Lovers. Oh my God, what a cute way to start this reading. I know that we have the Lovers and the Devil, but this could mean a new partner to help you remove yourself from an old partner. This could mean a new best friend to help you alongside this, like, toxic time. So I don't know what this is about, but we've got the Lovers here, which means someone is coming into your life that, like, really helps you not bond, but that helps you be optimistic again about, you know, life and love and, like, the goodness of people. So what do we got here? And remember, like, Libra is that sign of partnership. So let's talk about what's going on here with the tarot cards. Okay, well, this one doesn't count because there's too many cards. We don't know what was happening. All right. what's going on with the Group 2 and Libra solar eclipse. All right, I think that is good enough. Let's see, we got this one first and this one, I think. And this one, this one, this one, and then these. All right. So, Libra solar eclipse, we have a Knight of Swords, someone coming in to steal your heart, the Hierophant, the Four of Pentacles, the Sun reversed, the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Honestly, it just feels like there's this battle between wanting to follow your heart and wanting to do the right thing. See, this is why I said don't jump on the love bit, because I don't think that this has to do with, based on this, I don't think this has to do with love. And a toxic relationship. I think it has to do with a toxic relationship with money, or with career, or a family business of some sort. So, and the reason I think that is because of these cards right here. So we will go into them, but basically here we go. Okay, so the new moon brings in this like knight in shining armor, basically. So a new opportunity, a new love, or a current love, like, you know, proposes, or something big, because eclipses are big. So there's like this intensity and like this moving towards you. So that's all very exciting, right? Except then right away you have this like, oh my God, but thought going through your head. The Hierophant is about rules, you know, in society, and the way that we do things here. And it's really like that bridge between what we grew up with, the pillars that we grew up with, like religion and the family values and how we do things in this family, and, you know, how we do things as an adult. And when it comes up upright like this in a time like this, it just makes me feel like this person's coming in all supercharged, and you're like, yes, except you have to get my dad's permission, or yes, except you know, we have to get a prenup. I don't know. Like, it's just got this sort of but, like big, huge but to it that that involves money, security, and like the family values almost. It's kind of, a prenup sounds like a good good word for this. It's like someone's coming in and they like love you and you love them. But then there's this like stop here around material values, and there's this like toxic connection, which is, the devil can also represent a toxic connection with money. It's like very material. So I almost feel like there's this like toxic connection with money that is a void that you are like battling with love. And the whole point of this new moon solar eclipse is to help you release yourself from that battle, and choose love, you know, choose partnership. Libra is all about partnership anyway. So I think that it's going to bring this whole excitement, but it's also going to bring this like uncertainty and almost sadness, you know, and this feeling of like loss, like maybe you're turning away from even your childhood. We've got a child here, you know, and that you're going to be destitute and like left alone. So the Five of Pentacles is just really kind of it feels like this is your future if you pick this person. And you're wondering if you want to do that, be all alone, at a loss. It's like this person doesn't align with the family values. Another example of this would be like, maybe your family's very conservative, and you're, you know, LGBTQ, and you come out and you have this like partner, and your parents aren't accepting of that because their worldviews are a little bit different. So it's like, unless I subscribe to like this way of doing things, I don't get this person. So it does feel like new page, new beginning for you, because you have to choose. It's like leading all the way up to this, and you choose, I think, your life. You know, you choose the way that you want to live. The Two of Wands is all about looking out into the future and envisioning that life. And it's you and this other person go off of what you can envision together. The Ace of Pentacles reverse does say that you're turning down something. It's like you're turning down a dowry or something like that. Like you're turning down like a trust fund, or, you know, this, I don't know, what's it called? Like this initiation into the family. So you are turning that down, but it's all for love. So I think this new moon eclipse is really going to bring out like the lover in you, and I'm going to put this person right on top because I feel like they're the most important one. So right here. And then let's see where am I? Oh, there. The astrology cards. I'm just going to see like where this is coming up in your chart, or like what's affecting your chart the most right now during this eclipse. Oh my gosh, look at that. Aquarius. Whoop, whoop. Oh my gosh. Cards everywhere. Well, we definitely, I want to take those two cards. Aquarius reversed and 9th house. So to me, honestly, like Aquarius just does things totally differently. It does them the wrong way on purpose, you know. And the 9th house is about expansion and growing and broadening your horizons, broadening your viewpoint on things. So I do think that like you're taking this time as an opportunity to broaden your horizons, do something you've never done before, which is likely to go against the social norms, especially in your family, and you're bringing in that like kind of Aquarius vibe, going against it. So we've got that. Let's see. Oh, and then I wanted to pull these cards here. These are just little like mythical cards. Basically just like what does this like mean for you? Like this whole eclipse, the solar eclipse, what does it mean for you? Uh-oh, we lost one. But we got communication. I love that because it's really like getting you to voice your thoughts instead of just living, you know, on the outskirts. Going with the flow. I want to pull a card for this person. Like, what do they feel for you? Like, what do they think about you? Why now? Like, what's the point? Like, what's in their mindset? Okay, we have you rock my world. And I'm going to pull one more. Oh my gosh. Or like 50. Hold on. That doesn't count. Okay, we have Are We Still Friends? So it could be that you told this person like no before because you weren't really sure about how everyone would react to this relationship, or maybe you are just friends, you know, and this person wants to be more. So yeah, I think that now we're going to pull one last card for like an advice card on this solar eclipse and leave it at that. And then we're going to move on to the lunar, or I guess 2 cards or 3 cards. We have, it doesn't have to be perfect. Get out of your own way. I love that. And when you least expect. This is all happening out of the blue when you least expect it. You probably are thinking like things are going great right now and like I'm finally getting along with my family or whatever it is. And all of a sudden this person comes out of the blue and it's like, no, love you. So get out of your own way. I think that's a good one to put at the front. We're going to put that right here. I'm going to put this person along with the lovers and get out of your own way. I think those are like the main messages. Okay, so we're going to move on now to the lunar eclipse. That's on October 28th. Solar eclipse is October 14th. This is October 28th. So getting down to the end of the month, what do we got? We have the 2 of Wands reversed. So that I love that, or I kind of find it interesting that we had the Two of Wands in here. So feeling really aligned with my path now, and then like kind of feeling less aligned with my path, or maybe just turning down a different path, because I think this is the last eclipse of the Taurus Scorpio axis, which has been going on for the past 18 months. So it's really kind of the end of a major chapter, and I think it's interesting that the eclipse axis that we're going on now, the Aries Libra one, is all about true love, following your heart, that kind of thing. We got the Two of Wands for that eclipse. So you're turning a new page, following your heart, realizing that the path you were on before isn't the one you wanted. This is the path you wanted, and you're closing this path here. So I just think they kind of come together. You're realizing what kind of toxic connection you had with this path. And we're going to pull some cards on it to get a little bit more, but I love the symmetry and the like the metaphorical connection that we've got going on. Okay, so let's see. What's happening for the Taurus lunar eclipse for like group 2? What's happening? Taurus lunar eclipse group 2. I think I almost want to, I don't normally like keep such big piles, but I almost want to keep this one. I don't know what's calling me to do that, but I think I'm just going to do that. I love, first of all, that this one landed over here. Just kind of is interesting. Okay, so we had these next, and then these. Okay, so Taurus lunar eclipse, we've got 10 of Wands reversed, Page of Wands reversed, 7 of Cups, 5 of Wands reversed, 4 of Wands. So many wands. My goodness. Fire energy everywhere. Justice, 10 of Cups reversed, and then the Queen of Cups. Look at that. Choosing your heart at the end. So it's funny because there's no earth energy here. There's one Scorpio card, which is, you know, Taurus Scorpio axis. Okay, so we're just going to go through these one by one, but we have these two, which I think go together, the Page of Wands and the 10 of Wands reversed. The Page of Wands reversed can mean like we're stuck, we don't have any inspiration, we don't know where to go. I think honestly this is the before. This is like where you were over here before all of this went down. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want. I don't know like what my plan is. I don't get it. Help, you know. The 10 of Wands is like I have so many options and I don't want any of them. So it's almost like you were groomed this path and you just didn't approve of any of the options. It's like I have so many ways to be successful and yet I don't feel connected to any of them. And that was kind of feeling, that was making you feel like stuck, you know. I mean, the devil is like, yeah, like look at all this is a great job, it's got tons of money, and it's like I don't care about that. That's not, you know, it seems like something, it seems like the earlier path, whatever this was superficial. You would look back on it now and be like, that was so superficial of me to care so much. And of course it was groomed or conditioned into you, so there's that. But yeah, I just think you're just kind of getting this look on like how jaded you were, which is what this is. This is, to me, since this is part of the axis, it just says that like you're flipping this over. Like because it's on the other side, it's like you're saying, I understand why I was so jaded. I get like the fact that I was so jaded, and now I'm able to turn this all around. To me, this is like all the past. The 5 of Wands reverse is a time when we are finally like, we finally understand what's going on. All these wands are different thoughts. And and they're usually like combative, fighting against one another. But when it's reversed, it means, wow, like I finally get it. Like I know what I want, or I know how I feel. I know what my theories are. And that's leading you to the Four of Wands, the success. So this is really just getting rid of that like delusional path that you are on. Getting rid of this like toxic bond to money or to your parents' approval or society's approval, you know, something like that. And justice is all about, you know, honoring yourself and honoring your partner and your other half. It's about fairness and equality. So being fair to yourself. A lot of this is, it's almost like a reminder to think back on the solar eclipse during this time. During the end of the month, think back on the solar eclipse and how much you were honoring yourself and how good it felt. Because this is a Libra card. So it's really just pushing you back. So I think, yeah, thinking back on that when times are tough, because this is not going to be an easy thing to let go of. You know, you can't just be like, all right, I'm turning down that offer. And that's, I mean, it's like you're turning down a lifeline that you were taught to need, you know, your whole life. And if you're turning it down, if you're turning down that job offer or turning down that trust fund or whatever it is that you were taught to want because it will keep you afloat, that's going to feel scary. But, you know, remember in that time period to honor yourself. That what you thought you needed or what you thought would make you happy, the 10 of Cups here, won't actually make you happy. These are just like reminder cards of that. And then the Queen of Cups is saying, you know, follow your heart. I love that. Follow your heart. Okay, let's see what the astrology cards have to say. Like, what part of your chart is being most affected here? That one's going to fall out. Let's do one more. What part of your chart? We have 12th house and full moon. So full moon is like, I mean, that's what this is. This is a full moon lunar eclipse, so that's very interesting. And then 12th house is that that house of like mental health and the things that we can't see. So it's almost like shedding clarity on this part of yourself that you didn't understand before, and now you do. I like to think of like the 12th house and the 8th house both represent kind of like hidden things, but the 8th house represents the things that we hide from other people that we know about, and the 12th house represents things that are hidden from us that we don't understand about ourselves, that we take the whole life to understand and realize. So for example, if your sun is in the 12th house, you might come into your own identity a little later, you know, because you just don't know who you are, your ego, your identity. So the idea here is that the 12th house is being affected in this realm, and this is why it's taken you so long to break from this toxic bond or this toxic idea of who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to want. Let's see. Maybe since I feel like this is over here. Like this message applies. I think that we should pull some of these like self-help cards. Like what is something that you can do or focus on to help you through this time. We have ground, which is basically like grounding yourself. It says, when I ground myself, I reconnect and balance my physical, emotional, mental, and energy state. Touching the earth immediately impacts and supports my body's electrical circuitry. I always stumble on that word. What sensations are stirred when I physically connect with the earth? Today I will go outside and spend 5 minutes barefoot and feel the earth's supporting energy. I love that. If you can do that, that's awesome. That like groundedness, especially during this like Taurus lunar eclipse moment, is going to help you kind of come to center and go, I'm okay. You know, this makes me feel like it's supposed to make you feel like you're losing stability, that you're like in peril, basically. And that's why it's so hard to let go of. But getting into that grounding state helps you go, I am okay. I am. Okay, group 2, thank you so much for coming. I hope that was great. And I'm sorry for this light here. But yeah, if you loved it, give it a like. Give me a comment about how it's affected you, and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next reading. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your reading. This is for everyone who chose this labradorite. I love it in the sun. I'm really sorry for the sun. I'm trying to block it, but hopefully it won't disturb too much. But yeah. Anyway, so here is the crystal for your reading. So I'm excited about this one because it is kind of like a deeper dive into the things that are going on. This card is a signifier card for the month of October, just the entirety of the eclipse season, like what's like the general theme this month. And then this card is the Libra solar eclipse. This card is the Taurus lunar eclipse. This is going to go over here because this is October 28th. Here it's October 14th. So we're going to start with this one. But first, before that, we're going to go into like the overall theme of this eclipse season for you. What do we have? We've got the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of intuition. So this is like, I like to call her like our gut feeling, or the little voice inside your head, that kind of thing. She's always there. She's always ready to be listened to, but we don't always listen to her. So this is a sign that says, think about those nudges as we go through October. I mean, this is important stuff. Whatever you're feeling, just general, I don't know, I should do this, or maybe I should do this. Those little moments are very important this month, so keep an eye out on them and really dig in. Okay, so let's start with the Libra solar eclipse. This is happening on October 14th, and the important thing to know about this eclipse is that it's leading us into an entirely new 18-month cycle. The eclipses follow the nodes of fate. The nodes are currently moving into the Aries and Libra axis. We had our first eclipse of that 18-month cycle in March in Aries, and now we've got a Libra solar eclipse, which is bringing something new into our lives. New moon eclipses are generally a lot lighter than full moon eclipses, so because they're obviously new moons, they're bringing new things in instead of ending things. So it's an exciting time. It's not going to make a ton of sense right away because, you know, we've got a whole like 1 year cycle left to go, but here we go. Let's see what we got. We have the 10 of Cups reversed. So the 10 of Cups is like that card that, or like, it's like that time when we feel totally emotionally fulfilled. But when it's reversed like this, it means that we're missing something, or we come to realize after we've gotten everything that we're missing something. Something doesn't feel right, or I'm realizing now that what I wanted is something I don't want anymore. Something like that. So the new moon eclipse is bringing like this kind of new revelation to your life. And we're going to go, and it could have been something that you were, you know, thinking about before. Like, God, it doesn't feel right. And then you kind of just push it to the side. So let's use the tarot cards to identify what's going on a bit in this Libra solar eclipse. Oh, okay. Libra solar eclipse. Group 3. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, so we had this one come up first. Then I think it was these, then this, and this, and this, then this. Okay, so we have the 9 of Cups, so that's very interesting. This kind of blissful happiness. The 8 of Wands, the 3 of Wands reversed, the 8 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the 4, or sorry, this is not a 4, the Emperor, the 4th card in the Major Arcana, and Strength. Yeah, I mean, to me, this just looks like you're pretty happy. I honestly, based on these cards, it doesn't really feel like this particular eclipse is going to rock your world in any sort of manner. That would be like insane. The other two readings seemed like this eclipse would be pretty big for them. And I think that's just, you know, an important thing to remember is that not every eclipse will affect you the same way that it affects everyone else, because all of our birth charts are different. And you might not even feel an eclipse as much as someone else because it's literally just not hitting anything in your chart, or it's hitting very minimal things in your chart, like it's making a sextile to Neptune or something, which is basically nothing. So I think that, to me, it doesn't feel like it's major for you, but that's probably a good thing. You know, then you're just getting the upsides of the new moon eclipse, which is bringing something good in, it looks like. So the Nine of Cups says you're pretty good. You're doing pretty good right now. Feeling good about yourself, just feeling like everything's peaceful and at ease. Remember that, you know, this card came up for the Libra eclipse, so something is going to be highlighted that's like not so great, even though you feel great. You're going to have some sort of epiphany here. That's what the Eight of Wands is about, this epiphany that something I'm doing right now, Three of Wands reverse, something I'm doing right now is not aligning with my overall goal or vision. So I'm realizing, like, shit, I should change course based on this new realization. So then you kind of get working on it, and you bring in maybe like a new partner, a new partnership, but this suggests like a new connection. To me, it doesn't really feel like a love connection. I honestly feel like because you're working on something, it's like you have this moment of clarity and you go, oh my gosh, I have this opportunity, I'm going to work on it, and I need someone's help. So it seems more like career or like project oriented. So you bring in the help of someone, you make a new connection, a new friend. The Emperor says I'm kind of taking control of my life a bit. And the Strength card is about power and self-confidence. And this is more power, but self-confidence and pride and ego. So doing something for myself, basically. So it's almost like you have an idea, you realize you want to change course. You bring someone in, create a new friendship and bond, which is like very Libra, very new moon eclipse in Libra. So this new moon eclipse really just is, I think, is talking about some sort of partnership that you form, not like in a romantic way, but like a material way, someone who can help you, teamwork. But we can identify a little bit more based on these two cards, or these cards here. So like, what's like kind of the point of this solar eclipse? This is like a mythical deck. Little tiny monsters, love it. Perfect for October. I'm gonna pull one more card. What's going on for October? Okay. I feel like that one didn't count because I wasn't really focused. So for the solar eclipse, what do we need to know about this one for you? Okay. We have creation. Oh, I love that. That's like so perfect because of this. I mean, this is literally creating. I just feel like you're creating a project and you're bringing someone in. And then we have emotion. So you're really involved. Like, this is a passion project. I think that it honestly feels like you are doing fine and all, but you're suddenly realizing, like, I want to do more. I'm ready now to start this passion project. I'm ready to go all in. And you know that you need someone's help, so you bring someone in order to do that. So yeah, that feels great. I love it. I mean, it just feels like an opportunity and full of potential. Let's see what parts of your chart are being activated at this point. Okay, I need to. God, this card just is. I think that we need to. we need to do it again because, okay, maybe this is it. We have Mars in the third house. And Venus. Mars and Venus in the third house. I love this because Venus is like that passion, what drives us, what we love to do. Mars is motivation, and the third house is communication. So it really feels like you're reaching out to someone to fulfill like a dream or something you are passionate about, and something you're ready to do now, finally. I think we're going to pull one before we move on to the next. I mean, this seems pretty straightforward. Before we move on to the next eclipse, I'm going to pull like an advice card for this particular eclipse. Seeing things for what they are. Pull one more. Okay, I love this. I pulled another one because I just felt like this one fell out and it didn't feel right before I even read it. So, but I mean, seeing things for what they are is good. But I mean, maybe that could mean seeing things for what they are here. Like, you know, 10 of Cups reversed is very much seeing things for what they are. This feels really good, or feels like it makes sense here. It makes space for it. Like, this is something you've been wanting to do for a long time. And now that everything seems to be in its place, it almost feels like you've been waiting for the right time. Now that everything seems like it's in its place, it feels like the time to do it. It feels like you're ready for it. And in order to do it, you have to make space for that to happen. So right now you're making space. Like, this is like, oh my God, it's time. And I am done like pretending to care about other things. I'm going to make space. Okay. And you know what? This is also like leaning into your subconscious. Like, you knew that you wanted to do this for a long time, and you have probably been feeling that nudge to get going on it for a while. So I'm going to put make space for it at the top because that seems like the ultimate idea. Okay, let's move on to the Taurus lunar eclipse on October 28th. What is the card for this? Or like, what's the signifier card for this eclipse? We've got the Knight of Cups reversed. So very interesting. This is a Pisces card, but it is like a water card. And this is, you know, Taurus and Scorpio. It's on the earth-water axis. Knight of Cups is someone who is very emotional. Has got a lot of creativity and passion for things, but in this reverse position, it can mean like that they're using their emotions for the worst, or that that their emotions are getting the best of them, that kind of thing. They're not very not serious. They're not very mature about their emotions. So it does kind of feel like someone's, like, either you're deciding to be more upfront about how you feel and what you want, or you're cutting someone out who is not evolving in the way that you want. Like, you're cutting someone out who's just not growing up. But let's see what we got here. The tarot cards will help us identify exactly what it means, this Taurus lunar eclipse for group 3. I almost am feeling like sun vibes. I don't know why, but like some sun who's like not doing, like, you're just giving him money and he's just not growing. He's just taking it. Okay, let's see. Let's just do one more card for the, nope, one more card. I mean, I do think that that's important because that's our signifier card. Oh my gosh. Maybe we don't need one more card. Maybe this is a sign that we're fine. Okay, we're just going to start with this and see what we got. We've got the page that came up first, and I think this one was next. Okay. All right. So we've got Page of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Cups reversed. This seems like one and the same kind of person. The Seven of Wands reversed. The Chariot reversed, lots of reversals. The Ten of Cups, the Sun, and the High Priestess. So it feels like there's just two ways that I'm seeing it. I'm really stuck on this son idea, like helping someone out, and it doesn't have to be a son, but like helping someone out who is just not doing their part. Like you're just trying so hard, your heart's in the right place, but it's going to the wrong person. That's kind of what these two are saying. And this applies for my second interpretation too. That you know, you've done enough. All you can do at this point is just hope for the best for them. That you've done everything you can to complete the fulfillment of family or of friendship or whatever it is. Because this is like, I just feel like I need to be the best for them and they're not succeeding and I need to help. And the thing is, no, you don't. Like, the thing is, you've done enough. I think that you have. And I think you've tried really hard. And now it's just time to send them off. Like, listen to your gut feeling. Let them go. You don't need to suck yourself dry in order to help them. This person seems like a ticking time bomb, and they need to understand that the consequences, you know, I feel like they're not quite getting it, and that it's not your fault that they're not getting it. The second interpretation would be like this person is a partner of yours. Like you're the one putting in all the effort and the work, and they're just taking emotional space. They're like an energy vampire. And you're putting in all this unreciprocated effort, and your heart's going to the wrong place, to the wrong person. And same thing, like they will find the right person, and this is not your person. You know, you don't need to be there. So it kind of has the same vibe, whether it's about someone you're helping or someone that you're in love with. I think that we're going to pull, like, to get some more clarity on it, we should pull some of these astrology cards on like how it's affecting your chart. Okay, we've got Eros, Libra, and Pisces. So Pisces is funny because like we just got Pisces here. It does feel like more of a love connection, but that could just be because you love them because they're like a family member or something. But definitely feels like you have this like duty or responsibility to them because you love them, regardless of whether they're family or it's romantic. It has that same idea where you have this duty because you love them that you need to fulfill. But I think it's important to know that you have fulfilled it, that your gut is telling you that you have fulfilled your duty, and it's time to listen to that gut feeling. I think I'm going to pull these like the same cards from before on like what's the overall message. Just, you know, what's the overall message for the lunar eclipse for you? Pull one more. Okay. Oh, it's funny. We got death and also patience. Death is funny because this is on the life-death axis, like Taurus-Scorpio axis. For me, I call it the life-death axis. So, death is really just kind of like that ending, like being kind of brutally honest, brutally ending. I mean, I'm not giving anymore. A lot of like what the Taurus lunar eclipse is about is ending something that you've been giving to for a year and a half. For a year and a half, you've been giving and giving to this thing, and now you're done giving there. So, in this case, it looks like this person, you're done giving to this person. And Taurus is very material, right? So it doesn't have to be just like sex. It could be like time, energy, money, body, all of that. It's like you're giving all of your energy source to this person, which includes, you know, like stability source too. So possessions and money and time, that's all things. But then the time and energy drains from your body. So you're really just depleting for this person. And patience, I think, is just here to remind you that it's going to take time, but you know, like deep down, you know that you need to release this person, that they're no longer a burden for you, like that you're not supposed to take this burden. It's not supposed to feel like a burden. Let's pull an advice card here for this eclipse. Celebrate little things, and I'm connected to the earth. So I don't know if those like generally really connect, but celebrate the little things is probably like just get your head out of this seriousness of this person. You know, like they're taking a lot of energy source from you, and it's making things less fun. So celebrating the little stuff that you have might be helpful. I think we're going to pull like these last cards here, which is just kind of like an overall message for the month of October, something to remember, like an affirmation or a journal prompt. So part of this, I think, is like that duty is getting in the way, that sense of duty is getting in the way of how you really feel. And that's why I think we've got the feel card here. It says, these are, by the way, these are journal prompts. I use these cards for my tarot and astrology subscription service. And yeah, if you want to learn more about that, the link's below. So these are all journal prompts. What emotions have been stirring in me recently? What are these emotions attempting to communicate to me? How can I cultivate a hospitable approach toward the emotions I am not so comfortable with? My emotions are allies, and with each of them come lessons for greater healing. So I think that like really resonates with, it's not supposed to be this hard. Like it's not supposed to be this hard. So repeating that and identifying like what other emotions are coming with that sense of burden, responsibility, and like heaviness will be helpful in like allowing your own high priestess to come out and, you know, release. So looks like a lot of October resonates around things that you like know to be true already. You just need the extra push to get you there. And yeah, I mean, it looks like for both of these eclipses, it's not hitting you too hard, but it's going to be helping you, you know, move forward in your life for sure. Okay, group 3, thank you so much for coming. I hope this was helpful, and if it was, give it a like. Tell me in the comments below how it resonated, and I love hearing from you guys. And yeah, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.